Chadwell. And Claudia said crochet and cross stitching. I used to cross stitch and crochet back in the day. Yeah. But, and I guess it could be considered a boring hobby. That's
Chunky, you heard the crochet on. Hey, I don't know if you saw my comment. At the end of the last live, Son handed me the phone and he had the settings up. Apparently he deleted one of your messages, but the settings were still up. And so for about 5 seconds, you were hidden from the channel. I fixed it, but just so you know, I don't know what comment you made that he tried to delete, but then we got to school and he handed me the phone with the settings still up, and I stupidly and inadvertently bumped that button while I was trying to take off my seatbelt. But I fixed it, just so you know. So what's the difference between crocheting and the other, like, knitting arts? 'Cause I think they're all cool. My grandma used to make me scarves and hats for every sports team I was on. So she made like the colors for all those teams. And she would always weave the 3 primary colors into the scarves and hats. And I thought it was so cool. That's our city tree. It's going to be coming down soon. So I don't know which method she used for that, but she'd make me like winter hats and scarves for every team. I used to love watching her make them. Crochets with a hook and takes more yarn. Knitting is with 2. Okay, so she had a hook for sure. One of the like little devices she used had like a hook on the end. And that was my grandma that did that. The current grandmas, none of them do any of that stuff. Mama tried and she started a little bit. She was working on she bought a bunch of stuff, and I think it was crocheting. She bought a bunch of yarn. She started a blanket. And right now it's more of a placemat than anything. And that was like, gosh, that was probably a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And I think hers has a hook too. And I really wanted her to finish that blanket, if for nothing else, for a sense of accomplishment. And the material she bought, I guess it's yarn. It's like a really soft, fluffy, and it's like a really nice navy blue, and it would have looked really good in our living room. And I don't know whatever happened to it. If she comes in here, we got to ask her about that. And why she can't restart that instead of playing stupid bubble games. She used to do dot art too. So I don't know if that's what it's called, but they're like little like gems that you put on like a sticky pad and then it turns into art. She used to do that a lot too. And then she stopped. Yeah, she had a good start going. She just stopped. I don't know why she stopped. And maybe if she started doing it again while she was on a live, because I know she said she was dropping stitches or something like that, if that makes sense, you could give her some tips. Diamond art, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, she made a bunch of them. She made a Nightmare Before Christmas one that because she told me to pick some out at the store, and of course I picked one of those out, and she finished that one. That one's pretty cool. I said I wanted to frame it. So I don't know where that is, but I'd like to get it in a frame. Well, good for you, Vic. Hope you feel better. Yeah, but Mama does like as far as sewing goes, she does like she fixes stuff. She doesn't like make stuff on like a machine or do any patterns. She just fixes things. So if you need something hemmed, if you know something ripped, she takes care of that. She's good at that. I did your reply. Well, that's what I replied to let you know that there was an accident when we were ending the live. I went back to that, saw your reply, and then I dropped a note on there telling you that we accidentally bumped, one of us did, probably me when he handed it to me, bumped that hidden button for like 5 seconds. But I did read your comment. So is this your last weekend before you go back to school, Chunky? I probably saw the old reply because I then dropped the update to let you know that that was an accident. I didn't see anything new on that one. You doing anything fun over the weekend before you go back to school, or you just relaxing, taking advantage of chilling out before school starts? Little Easter egg for anybody that's here, and I'm only showing 3. This is Dad's favorite song of all time. Backbeat, the blood is in the street, that the fire in your eyes out. I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never really had it down. I don't believe that anybody feels like you. For real? What are you guys doing? Would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, I don't know, send help. I'll be honest with you, the kids nowadays in our area, they still do the movie thing. They go to Target because there's no more malls. So they go to Target and hang out. They get a Starbucks and they just walk around Target. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Another option in our area is sometimes, depending on what the kids are into, they go to like ice skating, or the big one right now is like the trampoline parks. I don't know if you guys got those, but we have tons of them, and they're all called something different. Yeah, we don't have any more malls. They're like literally all gone. Like only the biggest, most majorist malls are still in existence. So like Mall of America, by us, Woodfield, which these things are just ginormous. The standard malls, because basically there used to be a mall within 10-15 minutes of everybody. So if you think about Stranger Things in the Starcourt Mall, there used to be one of those kind of malls every 10-15 minutes. Those are all gone. They've all been bulldozed. See, back in the day when I was younger, it was movies, malls, roller skating. That was big. But all the roller rinks are gone now too. The closest roller rink we have, we got to travel like almost an hour to get to. Sun Lake's doing it, but there used to be arcades. There used to be what we called like family fun centers, which had like batting cages, go-karts, all that stuff. Those are all pretty much gone. So yeah, that's why weirdly, hold on while I get in the house, the kids hang out at Target, because there's a Target like every town, then they get a Starbucks and just walk around Target. We do have some outdoor like venues for malls, if you will, that have similar stores that malls used to have, but they're all outdoors. And so it's like one long strip mall. And those are, it's not the same because it's, you know, you're cold half the year, you're hot the other half of the year. If it's raining like today, it's just terrible being there. You're coming in? Shocker. All right, what am I going to eat for breakfast? Go to Sephora because there's no good places. I don't disagree, Chunky, 100%. I will say that the trampoline places are pretty cool. Do you guys have those? Son likes those and absolutely loves going there with his friends. And there's a ton of those, like a ton of them. What am I gonna eat, Remus? What am I gonna eat? I guess I'll go with wheat checks again. Why not? Yeah, we have a few videos on our channel of some of the ones that we've gone to. They're kind of hard to explain unless you've ever actually been to one, but the whole place is just different. I'm talking giant trampolines, where hundreds of kids can jump, and yeah, there's at least 3 or 4 different trampoline parks that we have content for on our channel. And then they have other things there. They have like trampoline basketball, they have like obstacle courses, they have, but it's all in an environment of like bouncing and stuff like that. They have dodgeball built into it. So whatever you're into, you can kind of sort of do. Oh, that stinks it closed. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other, I mean, they do have school dances and stuff still in our area, but yeah, all the stuff we did hanging out as kids, it's kind of changed. That's okay. Times change. You evolve. Now, in the summer, there's like carnivals, amusement parks, fairs, festivals, stuff like that. But by us in the winter, those don't exist. Not with the weather we have. All right, Daniel. So you guys haven't solidified what you're going to do yet this weekend, huh? I mean, for you, it's summer, so there's probably more options than it would be up here in winter. What does she enjoy reading? Okay. Back in the day, my friends that were big readers used to go to like the huge bookstores, like the Barnes and Nobles and stuff like that, because they had coffee shops in them, and they would go there and just hang out, and they would shop. They would talk about different books they read. So they basically had meetups at I'm trying to think of the other one, Barnes and Noble, but most of those are gone by us too. $30 on a book. I mean, books can get expensive. So I feel you. Is it, especially fantasy books, because they have special editions. They have certain ones with certain artwork. You get into the hardcover realm, that may be a limited edition. I will say I wish I read more. God's honest truth. Do you like reading too, Chunky? Sorry, I'm shifting stuff around over here so I can make a coffee before my meetings start. I think today I'm going with the hazelnut coffee. Or maybe I'll start with the dark roast and then switch to hazelnut. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good idea. It sounds like a good idea to you? That doesn't make you a creep. That's a shared interest. I'll be the first to tell you, Chunky, I do enjoy an audiobook. That's how I first read the Harry Potter series, was via audiobook. Because my drive to work used to be over an hour each way. And so I would just pop the CDs in the car. And I listened to the entire Harry Potter book series. I then actually read it myself as well. But then I ended up doing that with the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit and I always butchered this one if you're a Tolkien fan. The Silmarillion or whatever. I did all those on book on tape. I have not read Lord of the Rings trilogy in paper. I have read The Hobbit on paper. You're feeling like Norman today. There you go. Let's put him up front and center then. I'll switch him with the Bears cup, just in case it's in the way of the question. That's exactly what they're there for. You call out who you feel like. I know, Chunky, we got more stuff to paint. And I was going to do it on a live. But we started this nutcracker. And we have another one as well. So we got more stuff to paint. We got more crafts. We got more stuff. I just don't have enough time. Just never enough time, if that makes sense. Yeah, we got to paint those. We got to finish them up. Because the whole reason it's still out and we started packing Christmas up is because they're not finished. So that might be something I do in the next week or two, depending on the schedule we got going for basketball. But basketball is coming to an end soon, so we will have more flexibility here very, very soon. All right, so if it's early afternoon for you, Chunky. So when are you hanging out with your crush? Tomorrow or Sunday? And also, Chunky, if you want to see roast beef dad style, that video just dropped today. So that's how Dad makes roast beef. I thought of you when the video was being posted because you have your, I forget what you call it, like I don't want to say boiled beef, but you have that dish that you said is like beef and where you put it in water and blah blah blah. You had a name for it. Back home. And where are you now? I didn't know you weren't at home. Yep, that's what this is. Slow cooked and shredded beef. I used a crock pot though. I love my crock pot. I actually prepared it on a live one morning, but that's the total finished product. Well, I am going to have to cut here in like a minute or two because of my meetings. But if we don't catch you before you return home, I know I hate when people say safe travels because when you're flying and doing all that, it's outside your control. But travel comfortably, be as safe as you can. enjoy the trip. Try to enjoy the journey. I'm not a huge fan of the travel aspect unless we're driving, but try to enjoy it as best you can. And when you get home, we'll reconnect and hopefully we get to hear about all the fun stuff you did. So, it can't be, and that's the way I fly as well, because that's the only way. Because I usually only fly for work, and that's what work pays for, is the economy flights. So, yeah, it's not comfortable, and I don't know your height, but I'm a pretty tall guy. I'm 6'2", so I am wedged in those seats, wedged. Your official name? I'm not gonna lie. Put me on the spot. I can't recall it. If Mama was here, I would phone a friend because I think Mama remembered it because it was more of a conversation you guys were having while I was cooking in the background. I remember the moment and the situation. I was running around cooking. Mama was sitting at the kitchen table. You guys were talking about it and you spelled it out in individual letters. The smell of rain. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But I do love the smell of rain. Keegan. Yes, I remember that. You put K and then, yes, you did it individually in letters. It's all right, troll. But it's raining here this morning, and it definitely smells like rain. No, it's more that it hits like the wet leaves and the grass and all that stuff, and you get the smell of like that terra firma. But typically only happens when it rains. All right, community, we will be back later today, but not on this channel. We will be back on our main channel, which is Dad and Son Do It All. I got meetings to go to. Coffee's ready. So, oh, what the heck is on the cup? Ew, sorry about that. So, we will be back later tonight at some point. We have basketball practice after school, so it'll probably be our normal, like, 7 o'clock Central-ish time on Dad and Son Do It All. But in the interim, we hope everyone has a great morning. If you're stateside or in our time zone, if you're like some of the legends in the chat, like Chunky, we hope you have a great afternoon. And I'll keep it between us, Chunky, I promise. And I will let everyone know that Mama is still your favorite publicly. All right, fair? But we appreciate you guys. You guys take care. Have a blessed day. And we will talk to you soon. All our best.